Hello everyone, myself Dr. Ajit Kumar Surana, Assistant Professor, Suresh Gyanviyar University, Department of Physiotherapy. Today we are discussing about a topic hydrotherapy. Hydrotherapy is goal of treatment and hydrotherapy its uses in conditions. So today we are discussing about the hydrotherapy. First of all, the learning objectives of the hydrotherapy. At the end of this lecture, the student will be able to recall the physiological and therapeutic benefits of water and list down some of it. They recall the physiological and therapeutic benefits of water and list down some of it. Describe the physiological and therapeutic effects. They describe the physiological and therapeutic effects, advantages and hazards, indications and contraindications, and different modalities used in hydrotherapy. Demonstrate the application for different conditions. So these are the learning objectives for the students of the hydrotherapy. Recall the physiological and therapeutic benefits of water and list down some of it. Describe the physiological and therapeutic effects, their advantages and hazards, indications and contraindications, and different modalities, and demonstrate the application for different conditions. Now, first of all, the introduction of the hydrotherapy. What is hydrotherapy? Hydrotherapy is a method of treating disease. It is a method of treating any disease by using water at different temperatures and in different ways. Hydrotherapy means it is a method of treating disease by using or with the help of water at different temperatures and in different ways. Any activities performed in water to assist in rehabilitation. Any activities that are performed in the water, they to assist in rehabilitation and recovery from hard training or serious injuries. It is a part of medicine. Hydrotherapy is a part of medicine, especially in the physiotherapy that involves the use of water for pain relief and treatment. So this is the introduction of the hydrotherapy. Hydrotherapy, it is a method of treating diseases by using water at different temperatures and in different ways, or any activity performed in water to assist in the rehabilitation and recovery from hard training or serious injuries. Or it is a part of medicine, especially in physiotherapy that involves the use of water for pain relief and the treatment. Now, the term hydrotherapy encompasses a broad range of approaches. Term hydrotherapy encompasses a broad range of approaches and therapeutic methods that take advantage of physical properties of water, that take advantages of the physical properties of water, such as temperature and pressure, such as the temperature and pressure for therapeutic purpose, to stimulate blood circulation and treat the symptoms of certain diseases. So the term hydrotherapy, it encompasses a broad range of approaches and therapeutic methods, um, broad range of approaches and the therapeutic methods that takes advantage of physical properties of the water, such as temperature and pressure, for therapeutic purposes, to stimulate blood circulation and the treat the symptoms of certain diseases. Now the hydrotherapy is the union between the water and the physical therapy. Hydrotherapy mainly, it is a union. It is a union between the water and the physical therapy. It is a union between the water and the physical therapy. It is being used widely. It is being used widely throughout the world as a form of physical therapy. Now it is being used widely throughout the world as a form of physical therapy. By working in a hydrotherapy department, while we are working in a hydrotherapy department of a physiotherapy or physical therapy clinic, one may see how patients use hydrotherapy for treating their condition. We see that how patients use hydrotherapy for treating their conditions. So hydrotherapy, it is a union between the water and the physical therapy. It is being used widely throughout the world as a form of physical therapy. By working in a hydrotherapy department of a physical therapy clinic, one may see how patients use hydrotherapy for treating their conditions. Now, the patient are instructed through a specific program design. Now, the patients, they are instructed through a specific program designed to help their physical conditions. Hydrotherapy is a great way to the exercise the body. Now the patient, they are instructed through a specific program designed to help their physical conditions. Hydrotherapy is a great way to exercise the body. Now the goals and the indications of the hydrotherapy. What are the goals and the indications of the hydro? In which condition it is uses? Uh, they are used in facilitation. They are used in the facilitation, facilitate range of motion exercises. They facilitate the range of motion exercises, or they increase the range of motion exercises. They initiate the resistance training. They initiate the resistance training. They facilitate weight bearing activities. They facilitate the weight bearing activities. They enhance delivery of manual techniques. They enhance the delivery of the. They enhance the delivery of the manual techniques. They enhance the delivery of manual technique. They provide three-dimensional access to the patient. The hydrotherapy, they provide the three-dimensional access to the patient. They facilitate cardiovascular exercises. Uh, Hydrotherapy, they facilitate the cardiovascular exercises. They initiate functional activity replications. They initiate the functional activity replication. They minimize the risk of injury or re-injury during the rehabilitation. They minimize the risk of injury or re-injury during the rehabilitation. Enhance patient relaxation. These are the goals and indications of the hydrotherapy. They are used in facilitate the range of motion exercises, initiate resistance training. They facilitate weight bearing activities, enhance delivery of the manual techniques, provide three-dimensional access to the patients. They facilitate cardiovascular exercises. They initiate functional activity replications. They minimize the risk of injury or re-injury during rehabilitations and enhance patient relaxation. Now, the physiological principles of the hydrotherapy. Physiological principles of the hydrotherapy. There are the four most important properties of water from a treatment point of view. Water has the four most important properties uh, for a treatment point of view, for a treatment purpose, or for a treatment point of view. First one is the water, it is non-irritating. Water mainly it is non-irritating to any type of body. They are non-allergic. They cannot cause any allergy, that's why they are non-allergic. And they totally compatible with human physiology, and they are totally compatible with the human physiology, both inside and outside the body. So water is non-irritating. They are non-irritating and non-allergic. First, they are the non-irritating and non-allergic, and they are totally compatible with human physiology, both inside and outside of the body. Now the water is a good heat conductor. Water, it is a good heat conductor, and at the same time greatly heat storing in the capacity. Water, it is a good heat conductor, and it at the same time they are greatly heat storing in capacity, so that it is the ideal agent for manipulating body temperature. Water, they are the good heat conductor, and at the same time greatly heat storing in capacity, so that it is the ideal agent for manipulating body temperature. Now they are conformable to the body surfaces. This means that it makes an intimate. Water is totally comfortable to the body surfaces. This means that it makes an intimate interference with whatever it comes in contact with, which greatly facilitates its ability to affect the temperature of the objects it contains. Water is inexpensive. Water, it is mainly inexpensive in split of all its marvelous properties. Now, physiological principles of hydrotherapy. Another physiological principles of hydrotherapy are in common with other forms of matter. In common with other forms of matter, water has certain physical properties. In common with other forms of matter, water may have certain physical properties, which includes water has physical properties which includes weight, density, buoyancy, hydrostatic pressure, and the surface tension. These are the physical properties of the water. They include the weight, density, buoyancy, hydrostatic pressure, and the surface tension. The most important physical law of water, the most important physical laws of water that physiotherapy should understand and apply when giving hydrotherapy are buoyancy and hydrostatic pressure. The most important physical law of water है that physiotherapists mainly use and they should understand and apply when given hydrotherapy are buoyancy and the hydrostatic pressure. Now, what is buoyancy? Buoyancy is the force experienced as an up thrust. Buoyancy, it is a force experienced as an up thrust. It is a force experienced as an upthrust which act in opposite direction to the force of gravity. Buoyancy mainly it acts in opposite direction to the force of gravity. They act the opposite direction to the force of gravity. That why buoyancy is the force experienced as an upthrust. Force experienced as an upthrust which act in the opposite direction to the force of gravity. A body in water is therefore subjected to two opposing forces. Now the body which is in water is it therefore subjected to two opposing forces. Now buoyancy, when the weight of the floating body equals to the weight of the liquid displaced. When the weight of the floating weight of the floating body it is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced, and the center of buoyancy and gravity are in same vertical line, and the center of buoyancy and the gravity both are in the same vertical lines, the body is kept in stable equilibrium. When the weight of the floating body equals to the weight of the liquid displaced, and the center of buoyancy and gravity are in same vertical lines, the body is kept in the stable equilibrium. If on other conditions, if the center are not in the same vertical lines, if the center of buoyancy and the gravity are not in the same vertical line, the two forces acting on the body, now the when the center of buoyancy and the gravity they both are not in the same vertical lines, the force acting on the body, then the forces that acting on the body will cause it roll over on the body, will cause it the to roll over until it reaches a position of stable equilibrium. It reaches a position of stable equilibrium. Now, clinical uses of the buoyancy. Clinical uses of the buoyancy, they decreases stress and compression to body tissues. They decrease the compression and stress to the body tissue. Clinical use of buoyancy mainly they decrease the stress and compression to the body tissue like weight bearing surfaces and assist weak muscles. They decrease stress and compression to the body tissues, weight bearing surface and assist weak muscles. Now second one is the hydrostatic pressure. Hydrostatic pressure means the pressure exerted by a fluid on body immersed in fluid. Pressure that is exerted by a fluid on the body that is immersed in the fluid. Pressure that is exerted by the fluid on body that immersed in fluid. According to Pascal's law, a fluid exerts equal pressure on all surface of the body at rest at a given depth. A fluid that exerts according to Pascal's law, a fluid exerts equal pressure in all surfaces of a body. The fluid that exerts a equal pressure on all subjects of a body at rest at given depth. This pressure increase in proportion to the depth of the fluid. This pressure, the fluid pressure, it may increase in proportion to the depth of the fluid. So this is all about the hydrostatic pressure. Hydrostatic pressure means the pressure that exerted by a fluid on body that immersed in the fluid. Now according to the Pascal's law, a fluid exerted equal pressure, a fluid that exerts a equal pressure on all surfaces of a body at rest at a given depth, the pressure increase in proportion to the depth of the fluid. Now the clinical uses of the hydrostatic pressure. Clinical uses of the hydrostatic pressure. Water can have similar effects as compression bandage. Water, they have similar effects as compression bandage. Water has a similar effect as compression, same as the compression bandage. They are helping in decreasing in edema. Hydrostatic pressure, they are helping in decreasing edema. They have greatest effect of hydrostatic pressure. They have greatest effect of hydrostatic pressure occur in vertical position. Now the greatest effect of hydrostatic pressure, they occurs in the vertical position. No hydrostatic pressure effects with non-emergent hydrotherapy. No hydrostatic pressure emerges effect. No hydrostatic pressure effect with non-emergent hydrotherapy. With non-emergent hydrotherapy. Now the physiological effects of the hydrotherapy. Now the physiological effects of the hydrotherapy. First one is the cleansing effect. Cleansing effect, they are used in the cleaning, that's why they have cleansing effect. Water can be used as a cleanser. Water, they are used as a cleanser. Water is most commonly used as a cleaning agent for skin. They have cleaning effects. Water can be used as a cleanser. Water is the most commonly used as cleaning agent for the skin. They are most commonly used as a cleaning agent for the skin. Hydrating effects and the friction of water. Hydrating effects and the friction of water. Hydrating effects of water and the friction effect of water. They are used to soften and remove the debris. They are mainly used to soften. They are used to soften and debris, remove the debris. Water is used clinically both as wound, exudate or necrotic tissues. Water, it is used clinically in both as wound exudates or necrotic tissue and as a cleanser to remove exogenous waste. So first one is the cleaning effect. Cleaning effect, water can be used as a cleaner. Water can be used as a cleaner. Water is the most commonly used as a cleaning agent for the skin. They are most commonly used as a cleaning agent for the skin. Now hydrating effects and the friction of water. Hydrating effect and friction of water used to soften and remove the debris. They are hydrating effects and friction of water. They are used to soften and remove the debris. Water is used clinically. Water, it is mainly used clinically in uh, uh, both as wound exudates or necrotic tissues and as a cleanser to remove exogenous waste. Now second one is the musculoskeletal effects of the hydrotherapy. Musculoskeletal effect of the hydrotherapy. The buoyancy of water unload the weight bearing of anatomical structure. Buoyancy of water, they mainly unload the weight bearing of anatomical structures, and allow patient to perform exercise, and they allow the patient to perform exercise with less trauma and the pain. So first one is the buoyancy of water. They unload the weight bearing of anatomical. They mainly unload or decrease the weight bearing of anatomical structures, and they allow patient to perform exercise, and they allow the patient to perform exercise with less trauma and pain. Now the buoyancy effect can help patient with buoyancy effects can help patient with they decrease weight bearing, like arthritis condition. It is a degenerative condition of the joints, so they decrease the weight bearing over joints. They increase blood flow to muscles. They increase the blood flow to the muscles. They are used in the muscle strengthening. They are used in the ligamentous instabilities and other degenerative or traumatic conditions. So these are the musculoskeletal effects of the hydrotherapy. The buoyancy of water, they unload the weight bearing of anatomical structure and allow patient to perform exercise with less trauma and pain. Buoyancy effects can help patient with they decrease the weight bearing, they increase the blood flow to the muscles. They are used in muscle strengthening, in ligamentous instability and other degenerative or traumatic conditions. Now, the physiological effect, cardiovascular effects of the hydrotherapy over heart. The cardiovascular benefits of the hydrotherapy are primarily due to the effects of the hydrostatic pressure. The cardiovascular effects of the hydrotherapy, they are primarily mainly due to the effect of the hydrostatic pressure. They increase the venous circulation. In cardiovascular, they increase the venous circulation. They increase cardiac volume. They increase cardiac output. So these are the cardiovascular effects of hydrotherapy. Cardiovascular benefits of the hydrotherapy, they are primarily due to the effects of the hydrostatic pressure. They increase venous circulation, they increase cardiac volume, and they increase the cardiac output. Now the respiratory effects of hydrotherapy, uh, physiological effects of hydrotherapy on respiratory system or the respiratory effects. The immersion of the whole body in water increase the work of breathing. When we immerse the whole body in water, they increase the work of the breathing. They increase the work of the breathing. Hydrostatic pressure on the chest wall increase the resistance to the lung expansion. Now the hydrostatic pressure on the chest wall increases. Now the when the body is immersed in the water, hydrostatic pressure on the chest wall is increased. the resistance to lung expansion. Water-based exercise is also often recommended for patients with exercise-induced asthma. Water-based exercises also often recommended. They are also often recommended for patients with exercise-induced asthma because it appears that high humidity of air inspired during water exercise. Because high humidity of the air is inspired during water exercise, which prevent drying and cooling of the respiratory mucosa, which that prevents drying and or cooling of the respiratory mucosa. So these are the respiratory effects of hydrotherapy. When we immerse the whole body in the water, they increase the work of breathing. Hydrostatic pressure on the chest wall increase the resistance to the lung expansion. Water based exercise is also often recommended for patient with exercise induced asthma because it appears that high humidity of the air inspired during water exercise, which prevents drying and or cooling of the respiratory mucosa. Now the renal effects of the hydrotherapy over the renal system. Physiological effects of hydrotherapy over the renal system. In renal effects, they increase the sodium and potassium excretion. They increase the sodium and potassium increase. They increase urine production. Increases the urine production, or may be used to treat with the patient hypertension and the peripheral edema. And they may be used to treat the patient with hypertension and the peripheral edema. So these are the renal effects of the hydrotherapy. They increase the sodium and potassium excretion. They increase urine production, or they may be used to treat the patient with hypertension and the peripheral edema. Now the psychological effects of hydrotherapy. Water immersion can be invigorating and or for relaxing. Water immersion can be invigorating and for the relaxing. The variations in the psychological effects. The variation in the psychological effects depends primarily on the temperature of the water. Variation in the psychological effects, it mainly depends on the temperature of the water. So these are the psychological effects of the hydrotherapy. Now the clinical uses of the hydrotherapy. Clinical uses of the hydrotherapy. First one is superficial heating and cooling. They are used in superficial heating and cooling of the skin. Superficial heating and cooling. Warm or cold water can be used clinically to heat or cool the superficial tissues. Warm or cold water can be used clinically to heat or cool the superficial tissues. Advantages of super healing and cooling. Even contact with skin, they are even contact with the skin, does not need to be fastened, does not need to be or do not need to be fastened, allow movement of heat and cold. Now they allow the movement of heat and cold. And the disadvantages of the superficial heating and cooling. Extremity often in dependent position. Extremity they often in the dependent position. So first one is the superficial heating and cooling. Warm or cold water can be used clinically to heat or cool the superficial tissues. Advantage क्या है? Even contact with the skin, does not need to be fastened, allow movement of heat and cold. And disadvantages are extremity often in dependent position. Now, second clinical use of hydrotherapy, it is used in the wound care. Wound care cleaning properties facilitate they facilitate the cleaning properties. Rehydration, they are used in rehydration. Softening and debridement of the necrotic tissue, they are softening and debridement of the they are used in softening and debridement of necrotic tissues. They are used in removal of wound debris. Hydrostatic pressure and heat increases circulation. Hydrostatic pressure of hydrotherapy and the heat, they increase the circulation. They provide most environment to optimize healing. They provide the most environment. They provide the most environment to optimize healing. So now they use in the wound care. They are used in facilitate cleaning properties, rehydration, softening and debridement of the necrotic tissue. They are used in removal of wound debris. Hydrostatic pressure and heat increase the circulation, and they provide moist environment to optimize healing. Now they are used in the pain control. They increase sensory stimulation to the peripheral mechanoreceptors. They increase the sensory stimulation to peripheral mechanoreceptors. In pain control mein, they increase the sensory stimulation to the peripheral mechanoreceptors. Mechanoreceptors are the pain receptors. Cold water decreases inflammation. Cold water mainly they decrease the inflammation. That's why in inflammation we use ice therapy. That's why the cold water, they decreases the inflammation, decreasing weight bearing, increasing ease of movement, decreasing weight bearing and increase ease of movement. Now these are the clinical use of hydrotherapy in pain control. Now next, clinical use of hydrotherapy is in edema. They are used in edema control. Water immersion has shown to reduce peripheral edema. When we immerse the body in water, is shown to reduce the peripheral edema. This effect is mainly due to the hydrostatic pressure. This effect is mainly due to the hydrostatic pressure. Contrast bath are frequently used to control edema. Now the contrast bath, they are frequently used to control the edema. In edema control, water immersion has shown to reduce the peripheral edema. This effect is mainly due to the hydrostatic pressures. Or contrast bath, they are frequently used to control the edema. Now the indications of the hydrotherapy: miscellaneous conditions. In miscellaneous conditions, for the control of pain and swelling, we use cold whirlpools. For control of pain and swelling, we use the cold whirlpools. In acute sprain and strain condition, in acute sprain and strain condition, cold in acute sprain and strain condition, cold whirlpool may be used. For facilitate motion and exercises for subacute and chronic stages of sprain and strain, we use warm whirlpools. For facilitate motion and exercises for subacute and chronic stages of sprains and strain, warm whirlpools may be used. Facilitate of stretching of contractures, facilitation of stretching of contractures, stimulation or immediate pre-application of warm whirlpools. In post-surgical repair of joint, in post-surgical, in the post-surgical repair of the, in the post-surgical, in the post-surgical repair of the joint, after post-surgical wounds are healed fully, repair of joint after post-surgical wounds are healed fully to help soften scar tissues. They are helped to soften scar tissues, they decrease pain and promote restoration of the motion. So these are the indications of the hydrotherapy in miscellaneous conditions: control of pain and swelling, cold whirlpools; acute sprain and strain, cold whirlpools; facilitate motion and exercise for subacute and chronic stages of sprain and strain, warm whirlpools; facilitate of stretching of contractures, simultaneously immediate pre-application of warm whirlpools. Post-surgical repairs of joint after post-surgical wounds are healed fully to help soften scar tissues, or they decrease pain and promotes restoration of the pain and the restoration of the motion. Now in healing fractures of the bones, healing fracture of bones after clinical union has been achieved, after clinical union has been achieved, assist in increase of mobility, assist in increase of mobility, thermal and buoyancy of whirlpools, thermal and buoyancy of warm whirlpools. OA and RA conditions, osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis condition, buoyancy effects of warm whirlpools, buoyancy effects of warm whirlpools, offloading of affected joints, buoyancy effect of warm whirlpools, offloading of the affected joints, leading to decrease in pain and increase in mobility. Help to decrease post-operative peripheral edema. They are help to decrease the post-operative peripheral edema. Hydrostatic pressure may be used to decrease post-operative peripheral edema. In psychological conditions, relaxation and decrease of the anxiety. Psychological effects: relaxation and decrease of the anxiety. Wound care, mechanical debriding by removing necrotic material and cleaning. Wound care में mechanical debriding by removing necrotic and material and cleaning. Now the contraindications of the hydrotherapy. Contraindications in local immersion: they cause macration, 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 increase macration, increase size of the wound. When the macration increase, the size of the wound may increase. Bleeding in or near the area, bleeding in and or near the area. Macration mainly is defined as the softening and breaking down of skin resulting from prolonged exposure to the moisture. So first contraindications or local immersion of the macration: when increase macration, increase size of the wound. Second one is the bleeding in or near the area. They are indicated in bleeding or in or near the area. Macration is defined as the softening and breaking down of skin, softening and breaking down of skin resulting from prolonged exposure to the moisture. Now, contraindications: fully body immersion. Fully body immersion, cardiac instability. In cardiac instability, like uncontrolled hypertension or heart failure conditions, cardiac instability like uncontrolled hypertension or heart failure condition, infectious condition that is spread with the water, infectious conditions that are spread with the water like UTIs, plantar warts, tinea pedis, infectious conditions that spread with waters like UTIs, urinary tract infections, plantar warts, tinea pedis, severe epilepsy condition, increased risk of drowning, suicidal patient, and increased risk of drowning. This is contraindicated in cardiac instability conditions like uncontrolled hypertension or heart failure, infectious disease that is spread with waters like UTIs, plantar warts, tinea pedis, severe epilepsy, increased risk of drowning on suicidal patient. Now, contraindications and its rationales of the hydrotherapy. Acute inflammatory conditions, they increase intravascular pressure due to which increase in the edema. Acute inflammatory conditions increase intravascular pressure or increase in edema. Second one is hyperpyrexia increase tissue temperature, they increase tissue temperature. In malignancy, spreading, increase blood flow, spreading, and they increase the blood flow. Active bleeding, prolonging arterial blood flow, cardiac dysfunctions, not able to adapt to the thermal homeostasis. In cardiac dysfunction, not able to adapt to the thermal homeostasis. Respiratory dysfunctions, not able to resist hydrostatic pressure, tolerate heat, or both. Respiratory dysfunction, not able to resist hydrostatic pressure, tolerate heat, or both. So contraindications and its rationales: first one is the acute inflammatory condition, they increase intravascular pressure due to which they increase in the edema. Second one is the hyperpyrexia, they increase tissue temperature. Malignancies, spreading or increase blood flow. Active bleedings, prolonging arterial blood flow. Cardiac dysfunction, not able to adapt to the thermal homeostasis. Respiratory dysfunctions, not able to resist hydrostatic pressure or tolerate heat, or both. They decrease thermal sensations, inability to sense too much heat and cold. Decrease thermal sensation when the patient have inability to sense both heat and cold. PVD conditions, not able to meet increased metabolic demand. In PVD condition, not able to meet increased metabolic demand. X-ray therapy, not able to meet increased metabolic demand. In X-ray therapy, not able to meet increased metabolic demand. Venous ulcers, they promote venous congestion. In venous ulcers, they promote the venous congestions. Surface infections, cross contamination. In surface infection, they cause cross contamination. Uncontrolled bowels, they contaminate. In uncontrolled bowels, they contaminate water. Dermatological conditions like atopic eczema exacerbates severe epilepsy, risk of drying of when we fully immerse the body. So these are the contraindication and its rationals: decreased thermal sensations, PVD, X-rays, venous ulcer, surface infection, uncontrolled bowels, dermatological conditions like atopic eczema, and severe epilepsy. Now the precautions of the hydrotherapy. In which condition we take precaution in local immersion conditions. Impaired thermal sensation in local immersion में impaired thermal, first is impaired thermal sensations. Check the temperature of water with thermometer first. We check the temperature of water with thermometer first. Infection conditions, universal precautions of the hydrotherapy like clean, whirlpool, confusion, impaired cognitions, use constant direct supervision, temperature of water near body temperature, recent skin graft condition, neutral or mild warmth, 96 to 98 Faraday. So these are the precautions in local immersion. Impaired thermal sensation, check the temperature of water with thermostat first. Infection condition, now the universal precautions like clean, whirlpool, confusion, and impaired cognition condition, use constant direct supervisions. Temperature of water is near body temperature, recent skin graft condition, and neutral or mild warmth. Now precautions in the we take precautions in the fully immersion body immersion, like confusion, disorientation. Keep head above the water. Keep the head above the water. Constant supervision of the patient. Low temperature. Patient with limited strength, endurance, balance, range of motion exercises. Patient with limited strength, endurance, balance, and range of motion exercises. Hands-on approach required. Hands-on approach requires. Patient on medications. Patients on medications. Physician clearance sometimes required. Physician clearance sometimes required. Patient with fear of water. Patient with respiratory problems and water for signs of respiratory distress. Watch for signs of respiratory distress, especially in the hot or very warm water. So these are the precautions we take while we fully immerse of the body, like confusion, disorientation, disorientation, keep head above water, constant supervision, low temperature, patient with limited strength, endurance, balance, range of motion exercises, hand-on approach required, patient on medications, physician clearance sometimes required, patient with fear of water, patient with respiratory problems, watch for signs of respiratory distress, watch for signs for respiratory distress, especially in hot or very warm water. Now the precautions and its rationals. Impaired thermal sensations in area to be immersed, they cause burn. If there is impaired thermal sensation in area to be immersed, they cause burns. Infection in area to be treated, need additional infection control measures. Infection in area to be treated, need additional infection me too. Infection in area to be treated, need additional infection and control measures. Impaired cognition, like not able to report problems or discomfort. Impaired cognitions, like not able to me too, not able to report problems or discomfort. Recent skin grafts, may not able to tolerate agitation. Yes, may not able to tolerate agitation, or not able to compensate for extreme of heat or cold after ingestion of alcohol. Impaired judgment, risk of drowning, limited strength, endurance, balance, or range of motion exercise by fully immersed, safety hazard or risk of drowning. Medications may alter CVS or cardiovascular system. In urinary incontinence, while we fully immerse the body, risk of urinary tract infection, fear of water, full body immersions, may refuse to participate. Respiratory problems, they increase respiratory distress. Multiple sclerosis, while we fully immerse the body, they increase fatigue and weakness. Poor thermal regulation, full body immersion, risk of thermal shock. And previously existing edema, while fully immerse the body, they increase in edema, seasickness, cause anxiety. So these are the precautions and its rationals. Urinary incontinence, the risk of UTI, fear of water, respiratory problems, multiple sclerosis, poor thermal regulation, previously existing edema, and the sea sickness. Now the application of the hydrotherapy. Application of the hydrotherapy. Application of the hydrotherapy. General rule of application of the hydrotherapy. Assess problem and set goal of the treatment. General rule for the application of the hydrotherapy. First, be assess problem and get goals of the treatment. First, be assess the problem and get goals of treatment. Determine if most appropriate treatment. Determine if most appropriate treatment. Make sure there is no contraindications. Select appropriate form of hydrotherapy. We select the appropriate form of hydrotherapy. Whirlpool, like select appropriate form of hydrotherapy like whirlpool, Hubbard tank, constant bath, or non-immersion devices or pool. Explain the procedure, purpose, sensation. Explain the procedure, purpose, sensation to the patients. Apply appropriate form of hydrotherapy. We apply the appropriate form of hydrotherapy and assess outcomes and documents of the treatment plan. So these are the general rules of the application of the hydrotherapy. First, we assess the problem and set according to the treatment. Set goals according to the treatment. Now determine if most desirable treatment, appropriate treatment. Make sure there is no contraindications. Select appropriate form of hydrotherapy like whirlpool, Hawar tank, we select the appropriate form of hydrotherapy like whirlpool, Hawar tank, constant bath, non-immersion devices, pool. Explain the procedure, purpose and sensation to the patient, apply appropriate form of hydrotherapy and assess outcome and document. Now the selection of the hydrotherapy means, select the appropriate form of hydrotherapy according to, we select the appropriate form of hydrotherapy according to the condition to be treated, desired treatment effect, size of area to be treated, allowance for safety, control of infection or cost effectiveness. These are the selection of hydrotherapy means. Select the appropriate form of hydrotherapy according to the condition to be treated, desired treatment effects, size of area to be treated, allowance for safety or control of infection, and cost effectiveness. Now, whirlpool water immersion modalities. Water immersion modalities are the whirlpool bath, Hubbard tank, and pool aquatic therapy. These are the water immersion modalities like whirlpool bath, Hubbard tank, and pool aquatic therapy. Now the whirlpool, first one is the whirlpool. These are the stainless steel tanks of various sizes. Whirlpools are the stainless steel tanks of various sizes. It has an attached motor called as a turbine. A motor is attached to the this stainless steel tank is called as the turbine. The turbine, they agitates the water in the tank to create the whirlpool effect. The turbines, it agitates the water. The use of turbine, they agitate the water in the tank to create the whirlpool effect. These whirlpool are intended to use as a single patient treatment. These whirlpools are mainly intended to use as a single patient treatment and must be drained and cleaning after each use. So these are the whirlpools. This is all about the whirlpools. They are stainless steel tanks of various size, and the stainless steel is attached with a motor called a turbine. Turbine agitate the water in the tank. They create the whirlpool effect. These whirlpools are intended to use as single patient treatment, must be drained and cleaned up each use. Now whirlpool part in general. Now the parts of whirlpool in general, like agitator, turbine ejector or aerator. Hot and cold water mixing valve. There is a hot and cold water mixing valve. Temperature gauge for controlling the temperature. Gravity drain for uh, gravity drain main is for the drainage of water outside of the whirlpool, and the seat and the chair for the patient. Now the parts of the whirlpool. Now the objectives for use. Stimulation, they are use objective for use of whirlpool. The stimulation of circulation, they are mainly used for stimulation of the circulation. Promotion of muscle relaxation and pain relief, they are promotion for the muscle relaxation and the for the pain relief. For debridement and the facilitate of the exercise. These are the objective for use of whirlpool. They stimulate of the circulation, they promote of the muscle relaxations and pain relief, debridement and facilitation of the exercises. Now second one, now the types of the whirlpool. First one is the low boy whirlpool tanks. Low boy whirlpool tank, it is mainly designed for ease of transfer in and out of tank. It is mainly designed for ease of transfer in and out of the tank by virtue of low walls and the length. It is mainly designed for the ease of transfer in and out of the tank by virtue of low walls and the length. Patient in a low boy Patient in a low boy are usually in a long sitting position. Patient in a low boy whirlpool tank usually in a long sitting positions. Now low boy whirlpool, dimension of the low boy whirlpool. Width of the low boy whirlpool is 24 inches, length is 52 to 66 inches, and depth is 18 inches. Now second one is the high boy whirlpool tank. It is also referred as hip tanks. They are also referred as a hip tanks. It requires a chair or lift to transfer the patient in and out of the tank. For for lifting or transfer the patient in high boy tank, we requires a chair or a lift. Patient in high boy tank usually sit on a removable seat. Patient in a high boy tank, they are usually sit on a removable seat that is attached to the rungs on the side of the tank, or may sit on a chair outside the tank with their lower extremity dangling in the tank. Patient in a high boy tank, they are usually sit on a removable seat that is attached to the rungs on the side of the tank, or may sit on a chair outside the tank with the lower extremity dangling in the tank. Now the hybrid tank, dimensions of the hybrid tank's width is 20 to 24 inches, length is 36 to 48 inches, and depth is 28 inches. Now the extremity whirlpool tanks. The whirlpool tanks is smaller. These whirlpool tanks are smaller in size, designed especially to treat distal extremities. These extremity whirlpool tanks, they are smaller in size, and they are designed especially mainly to treat the distal extremities like ankle, foot, and hand. It is often portable. These are the often portable with attached wheels for ease of the movement. Now the extremity tank, dimension of extremity tank, width is 15 inches, length is 28 to 32 inches, and depth is 18 to 25 inches. Now next is the Hawar tank. Hubbard tanks are the large whirlpool designed for full body immersion. These are the large whirlpools. They are designed for full immersion, only head out, and for the patient who are unable to stand. They are mainly used for the patient who are unable to stand. Many designed for underwater exercises. They are mainly designed for the underwater exercise. Hubbard tanks are mainly used for the underwater exercise. A wide part of the Hubbard tank is top, the wide top and bottom and narrow middle. It is wide from the top and bottom, and narrow middle. uh, Middle allow room for the exercises. They allow room for the exercise for extremities, and PCSS to the patient for assistance with exercises. Patient are typically lowered into tank. In this Hawar tank, the patients are typically lowered into tank on a stretcher by an overhead hydraulic hoist. It is equipped with two turbines. Hubbard tanks, they are equipped with a two turbines that can move around the perimeter of the tanks, that can be moved around the perimeter of the tank to direct and control the agitation pattern. Now the dimension of the Hubbard tank, length is 7 feet to 2 feet, width is 6 feet, middle wings width is 35 inches, lower wing width is 4 feet 2 inches, and depth is 22 inches. This is the dimension of the Hubbard tank. Now the additional equipments are used in hydrotherapy. In Hubbard tanks are walk trough, adjustable seat, motorized chair, lift, hydro stretcher with hydraulic lift. This is all about the hydrotherapy, its types, its goal and indications, clinical uses of hydrotherapy, in which condition it is contraindicated, precautions of the hydrotherapy, the tanks which are used in the hydrotherapy, like whirlpool tanks, high boy tank, low boy tank, lower extremity tank, Hubbard tanks. Now the quiz related to the hydrotherapy. First question is the resistance to move when standing in a pool and performing arm lowering exercise in the water is provided by which of the following properties of the water? The options are the cohesiveness, friction, buoyancy, and the density. Resistance to movement when standing in a pool and performing arm lowering exercise in water, it is provided by which of the following properties of the water? The answer is the buoyancy. Buoyancy because it is the upthrust of the body, or it pull the body opposite direction of the gravity. Now, second question is the immersion of body part in deep water. Immersion of body part in deep water may affect circulatory dynamic because of the effects of which of the following properties of the water? Options are viscosity, hydrostatic pressure, laminar flow, and buoyancy. Immersion of body water in deep water may affect circulatory dynamics because of the effect of which of the following properties of the water? Immersion of water, it is mainly affects circulatory because of the effect of the hydrostatic pressure. Now, next question is that in the early 1800s, the Austrian farmer Vinzenz Pretzienz began using dash to treat his own injury after witnessing a deer immerse his wounded leg in stream until it was healed. Salt, marble therapy, cold therapy, and essential oil. Now, the answer for it is that it used a cold therapy to treat his own injury after witnessing a deer immerses his wounded leg. Now, the father Sebastian Knapp is a foundational character in spreading hydrotherapy, and he was diagnosed with death when he was young man. Polio, chickenpox, tuberculosis, and the measles. The answer is the polio. Now the next question is the Knipper's book was published in 1886 and started a whole variety of interest in the use of water as medicinal treatment. Options are the water cure, water and its cleaning way, hot water and still water. Option are water and its cleaning ways. In 1800, hydrotherapy used to treat a variety of minor physical illnesses by increasing circulation to the area, removing toxins, preventing infection, and all of the above. In 1800, hydrotherapy used to treat all of the condition, like they may use in increasing circulation to the area, removing toxins, and preventing infections. So this is all about the hydrotherapy, its goal, its treatment, its plan of the hydrotherapy. Thank you.